Do you want to come and have a look? Well, I know what this is because I recognise the shape, even though I found very few. It's a seal, it's a fob seal, and wasn't really expecting this. I found quite a few Georgian coins on this pasture, which I'm sharing with these wonderful horses. Do you want to come and have a look? Do you want to come and have a look? I've even found a Charles II coin. I'll show you that in a second. But look at that. Is that an R on it? Did I clean it up? No, it's a dog or a fox, isn't it? Well, that's fun. That's really fun. Well, I've come to this pasture, which I've been on a few times before. It's great fun. It's on the end of a village. And there's loads of signals. And I mainly just find Georgian coins and modern coins, but it's obvious that things have happened on it. Today, for the first time, I found something a little bit earlier. I found a Charles II farthing in absolutely beautiful condition. It could have been made yesterday. 1679. It's rare that you can see the date so clearly on these coins. That's just beautiful. It's the best Charles II. A copper coin I've ever found. Beautiful. But something inside me, something just told me there had to be hammered coins here. I don't know why, because I'm not finding anything in that era, that sort of pre-William III, Charles II era, until now. Just here, quite deep. There's loads of signals, as I said. Limit yourself to deep ones, and you will find stuff. And it's a hammered coin, albeit a broken one, but what a whopper. Part of me thinks, my gut feeling was Elizabeth I's sixpence, but I think it's too big for that. I think once you go all the way around like that, I think you'll find that it is just too big, so I don't know who it is. Can I see EDW, is that an Edward? I don't know. I'll put it on the detecting hub and they'll tell me there's easily enough to go on. But that's just brilliant. Those two bits of beautiful British coinage just really gives you hope that there's more here. I've checked the hole, I can't find the rest of it, but wow, that's just a really, really good thing. Sometimes you just get that feeling that they just had to be here, and that just proves it. That really means you've got to dig in deep. Hi there. Well, that was about 2 weeks ago, and I haven't been out since. Even though I'm planning on going back to exactly there, just with my metal detector. I'm not going to dig or anything like that. I just want to see if I can swing the detector a bit. Because as most of you probably know, because I've been whinging about it now for weeks, I had a hernia operation 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm just sort of getting back to slightly back to normal now. I don't think I can dig or anything like that, but maybe I'll just swing very gently. So I'm going to see. But the reason I went there was mainly I hadn't even thought about filming. It's the closest permission I have to my house. It's a 3-minute walk, and it just produces Georgian stuff. So I don't really, all very good, but it's not the most exciting field in the world. But there's plenty of stuff there, just not very early. But it was absolutely ideal. It was the last time I was going to get out for a while, and the sun was shining and the horses were there and they're very friendly, and I thought perfect place to spend an hour. And I'm bloody glad I did, because as I said, I only find Georgian until then. Now, the first thing that came up was this Charles II farthing. Now, I very rarely found farthings in this condition. It's absolutely beautiful. I photographed it for the detectinghub.co.uk. It didn't photograph very well straight on, but if you have it in the light, the relief and the detail on it are absolutely fabulous. And it is at 1679. And it's just beautiful. I love finding coins in this sort of condition. That's really special, actually, because these coins don't come up very well usually. But far more importantly was this. Now, it's a big coin, and I was right, it's Edward VI. And I got my Spink out. Now, one of the really good things about Spink is that the coins are exactly the same size. They're perfectly to scale to the ones that you will find. They're not just images zoomed in or zoomed out. So you can tell exactly what you've got almost by pushing it over the coin itself, if that's what you want to do, or just next door to it. Because you've got so much choice. You've got groats, half groats, farthings, shillings, crowns. I mean, and they often look very, very similar, the fronts and the backs of these coins. It's the size that can often tell you the denomination. And I knew it was big at the time. I could see the EDW, the wonky W, and I've got a coin here with a very wonky W, and the shield on the back is very much in keeping, and I can match it absolutely perfectly to a 3rd period Edward VI shilling. They reckon a fine example, a full one, is £120, and a very fine example, which this might have been, close to 500 quid. But that's all we've got. We've only got this tiny little fragment, which is a bit of a shame. But it's not a shame, because it shows me now that there was stuff there from earlier, and I really wasn't sure. And I find something in a second that we'll come back to very quickly, which firms that up as well. Anyway, the most beautiful Charles II coin, and I didn't think I'd found an Edward VI hammered coin before. Not that this is really a hammered coin, but it's enough of one. We know what it is, and I'm absolutely thrilled. And then, of course, back to the Georgian stuff, this fob seal. Now, I've not found many of these. I found a beautiful gold one once, absolutely solid gold. And I was detecting in the field of my landlord at the time. And I found 2 really, really scruffy hammered coins and this gold Georgian fob seal, solid gold Georgian fob seal, with beautiful initials on it. And as a token of goodwill, I showed him all the things I'd found, these 2 grotty hammered coins, but I collect hammered coins, I don't collect Georgian fob seals. I thought, as a token of real goodwill, I said to him, look, if you don't mind me keeping these crappy little hammered coins, I would, if we're going to split things up, I really would love you to have the gold fob seal. And I thought that as a gesture of, the road to hell is lined with good intentions. That probably could be up to 600-700 quid in one hand and 2 crappy hammered coins, maybe 4 quid in the other. And he just said to me, I'd rather like to have the hammered coins as well. I absolutely couldn't believe it. I said, well, if you don't mind, I collect hammered coins, however scruffy and rubbish they are, and I wouldn't mind if I kept these. And he had the fob seal, and he wasn't really content with that. Anyway, that's another story. Shouldn't probably say things like that. But anyway, this is a copper one, even though I can see traces of gilding in it. So it would have been gilded. They often were. They were very popular in Georgian times, and they often had initials in them. And you would have stamped whatever it is you were stamping, a bit of sealing wax or something. And this has a running fox, which is not an uncommon intaglio design for these sort of things. But it's lovely that it's quite deep stone and you can really work out what it is. So, you know, just a really lovely little piece of history, that. And it would have hung on a chain next to your watch or around your neck or something, I suppose. And you would have taken it and done your little bits of stamping with it. Really, really nice. So that was just an incredible sort of 40 minutes I spent there. And then I ambled home. And I haven't been out since. But as I said, I might try and go out now. Well, I wasn't really coming out to film. But I didn't have any juice in my sound recorder, and my batteries just, my little camera's just run out, so all I'm left is my iPhone. But look at this, what an absolute stunner. I'm not expecting this early stuff here. I mean, I think that's pre-Tudor, just possibly, or Elizabethan. But wow, what a beauty that really is. Gosh, we'll have to head to headquarters quickly and finish this off, and I'll talk to you from there, because I can't really do anything now.
But I'm really pleased with that. Isn't that beautiful? Probably later than Tudor actually, because it looks like it's been cast, doesn't it? From that side or pressed.
Well, this copper alloy buckle, I mean, it's a lovely example, and it just firms up the Tudor history now in that field, because that's what it is. There's a very good website for buckle ID, and I will include it in the description below, but I'll also include it in a video I'm going to do on research, not just the books I use to research, but also the websites I use the most to research stuff. Now, the buckle ID is very easy to come across, because all you put into Google is buckle ID and it will be the first one that comes up, but it's very, very good. It gives very good images and very, very informative text that goes with it, and it goes from Roman, you know, sort of onwards. And I looked that up, and I'll show you a picture of it in that website now, and it's a little Tudor buckle, and I'm absolutely thrilled. It's a really, really lovely one. So that field, it's a tiny field, it's an acre or two, but it just might just start coming up with some stuff. I'm going to do it really carefully, I think, and it's very close to where I live. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll be back out again soon, and see you all next time.